Good morning. Okay, I've been asked by Adam Hazard Wacker. I hope I've said that right, mate. Wacker. So, Waker. I don't know. So, anyway, I'm going to call you Mr. Hazard because that's just down my street, that totally. Because every time I do a job, something's going to get stabbed. Anyway, he asked about the wire stripper. Okie dokie. Now, this is the one that was bought me, but we'll move that to one side for now. As said on my reply there, I have mucked around with quite a few different systems. Now, one of the best ones I found was, believe it or not, pencil sharpeners. You know, they've got different holes. So, I mean, this one will be like a makeup one, or, you know, these mascara pens go in here, apparently. I don't know. Anyway, they're made of lightweight aluminium. And what I used to do is, because you see, they've got curved blades. You know those disposable pencil sharpeners, the plastic ones with the screw? Well, undo the screw on this. I used to use the bottom one, unless you've got really thick cable, which you can put in the top. And you put a shorter square blade on this, so it'll stick out probably this end. I've got a pointer for this, don't I really? My fingers are too fat. Anyway, stop blocking the light. So it'll stick out probably this end, but it'll be a good couple of millimetres shorter this end. In doing that, it actually cuts into this circle here earlier. So it basically becomes a wire stripper. Shove your wire in there and pull along. Now, the problem I had with this was the blades, the pressure there would snap the blades, because the blades are made for cutting pencils, not cutting miles and miles of wire. So after a while, either the tip here snapped off or wore out, and this would snap. And I did find as well you'd have to keep pressure on this end all the time to keep like a groove going in the actual cable you put through. So in the end, this was binned off. The next idea was a can opener. I don't know where you're based, but this is a pretty typical crappy 99p can opener from Britain, well, from Manchester, but anyway, so these usually have a little bushing in there. Now this one's bust, and it being bust is the reason why it no longer works. But I used to just put the wire between this tooth cog, God, get my teeth in, it's first thing in the morning here, sorry, and then run it around, open like that. And although the can cutter didn't actually do it, it didn't actually get it, because it was squeezed between the can cutter and the actual bevel there. It would actually pop into this bit with the teeth, and the teeth would cut a uniformed kind of line, but like a chain through your wire. This would enable you to, like, once you pulled it apart, so you pulled two pieces of plastic with the metal coming out through the middle, and it would give it a tread to follow. It worked marginally, but it would only do one size of wire, and it would be like perforated paper, and it might go off one way or the other way, and then you'd have to do it again, and running it through twice on this was ridiculous. It was just, you had to go one side to the other. There was no way, like, just doing a midpoint, and you probably just end up with the scalpels or razor blades and stuff like that. So, not the greatest. Next, I remembered that up in the attic there I had these blades. You know, they come in a pack with 3 scalpel bodies. I used to just cut a little bit of the wire and then pull it apart as far as I could, then cut some more. Again, it is time consuming. It's a pain in the arse. It doesn't always go along with any kind of uniformity, and cutting yourself's a high risk thing, and you do have to keep your eyes on it all the time. So watching TV while doing it, not feasible. These are razor blades. You can just imagine. There will be blood. There was. Right, onto this. Now, this is bought as a present because I am a cheap bastard. I would have continued to struggle. The person that bought me this knew that, and so got us this. I've looked at them before on eBay. The stumbling block for me was that you would have to clear at least 5 kilos of copper at the time to pay for it. Having now got it, I mean, I informed them. They asked me what type I would like, because this is what I was getting. So I did some research and I said, well, there you go, get this one, get the best deal you can on one of these. And they did do, and it is basically 2 quite heavy gauge billets of aluminium. Now, I did consider building one of these myself, but I don't have a pillar drill, and I would have struggled. But I guess if you had 2 billets and then clamp them together like that, you could drill through the different sized drills. The aluminium is a little soft, and I would make it considerably bloody thicker, because you don't want that blade hanging out. If I was to make it myself, wood, why not? Nice wood. You could get just bevel these edges so they're not getting stuck in things. I think the wood idea that you had, great idea. What I would do as well is, I mean, when this came out, to replace these nuts and put longer ones on, and wing nuts and lots of washers, so you're not doing any damage to the billet. And also big knob on there, so I can actually hold on to that side and tighten that side, and this enables the razor blade to be actually clamped in there, because before the nuts they give you just wouldn't allow that. And if you're putting the wire through this way, yes, the top's going to do it, but the bottom there will want to snag out, and if you're holding it like that, go into it. So this way gets a lot more torque on the bolt, and it really keeps it in. Also, the blades they give you, just go and get your own. I mean, the ones I got are Stanley blades. There's loads of blurb on the back of the packet saying they cut 10 times longer and things like that. But I've got to admit, they do actually, back to the pointer, sausage fingers, they do actually keep the tip of the blade. Now, the ones that they came with this, the end of the blade would come off after, say, a couple of meters. But with this, if you're lucky enough to have great big rolls of wire, you can just do the entire roll of wire, and it still has a good cuttable edge on it after that. These are really razor sharp, really worth it. I think they're at £3, but you get a big pack of 10, and they come in this, and they're all individually lubed as well, so they're not going to go rusty and bad on you. But they're really, really good quality. I was sceptical, but good quality. So I mean, this is an absolute dream. You just shove it in the other side, it cuts through it. There is trial and error on this. You will spend time getting the blade level right, and it is a pain in the ass, because sometimes you'll go through it and you'll cut it, and it'll be slightly too deep, and you'll cut some of the strands of the copper. So when you wind it up, please wear gloves, because there'll be individual little strands of copper that come out at different angles and stuff like that and go into you. So definitely, gloves are a must, but also jiggery-pokery with this. But I do like this. I mean, you're very rarely going to use something like that. I mean, back of TV, gauze cables and stuff will go through there. What I would say is, if you're going to make your own, make lots of holes, evenly space them like this. This one here, I don't know, I would be tempted to maybe make a clamp that goes over the top, because this, obviously, you can't have a razor blade going through there to any depth. And also, if you had like a G-clamp arrangement, it would hold this in. Anyway, just a thought. Often, wire this size going through this slightly larger hole, it works better. That's all I got to say on it. If you're going to build your own pillar drill, really meaty clamps, some good quality, you'd have to use like a hardwood, not a softwood, I think. And also, I would make it thicker than this. I mean, have I got a tape measure? Hold on, I'll give you the specs on this. See, it's brightening up now. These energy saver bulbs, man. It'll take a while. Right, hold on. Whoop, hold on. 2 fingers required. So what we got? We got 3 and a bit centimeters wide. So each billet's 1.5 ish. You see that? If you work in inches, there you go. These are 10mm bolts, obviously with slightly oversized washers and things, but can you read that? I make that 1 3/4 centimeters thick. Doing get better. There you go, that's a bit better, isn't it? You can see what I mean by being soft. You can see the scratch marks and stuff like that in it. So I've used oversized bolts on there, and actually 2 on there because I didn't want the little square bit there going through or damaging the metal. Yeah, quite meaty as I say, but yeah, steel or wood, but yeah, hardwood. I don't know. I think I'm tempted by the wood actually, because you'd really be able to get that in there. But if you tanned it too much, maybe it'd end up being recessed. But if it's got the holes, that'd work. That's fine. I mean, all you're actually looking for is a kind of tight fit, and the ability to be able to have the tip, go on, sticking out the end, and be able to run stuff through it. I mean, as I say, with the when you're dealing with great big reels of you know, Hoover electrics, and that's your mainstay of cable supply, then one of them, it is actually worth it. As much as it pains me to say that, but you know, if you've got a huge bucket full of wire, then yeah, it is worth the investment, and it is just a hell of a lot easier, and the time you'll save. As long as you've got projects and stuff that you can put in the other time that you'll save, great. My other recommendation, as ever, good quality, full metal handled secateurs. This will save you a lot because you can just eat through things. Keep these in the car if you know, going out, whatever, you see something dumped by the side of the road. You can always nip out, snip snip, you've got the cable at least if you can't pick up the products. I mean, it's something like a printer or a scanner. I mean, I picked one up yesterday, a Dell scanner printer thing, and I know from watching Mike's videos and other people's videos, there's going to be very, very little in that worth salvaging. Still got it because I was dirty and I had the time. If I was out going somewhere, you know, taking Mrs. Pirate somewhere or something like that, I wouldn't have that option. Get out, snip, have that. So I can go on the door card even. Also, I mean, that is not an offensive weapon. Anyway, leave it there. As ever, any questions, more than happy. I mean, this person asked a question within the hour. I've managed to cobble together a video. That's because it's within an hour of me getting up, not within an hour of him asking, because I don't know whether you suffer from insomnia or something, buddy, but wow, I was up at 8 in the morning. You must have been like, what, 4? Something like that. So, hope you got some rest anyway, and any questions, as ever, just give us a shout. Alright? Thank you.